Hello, welcome back to Desert Dogs Garage and Metalworks. My name is Harry. Today I'm back on Dean. I'm working on these blinkers here, right there. Dean is a 1986 Softail Heritage. Not a classic, it's a Softail Heritage. It's not a classic because first year they made them was 1986. So anyway, the blinkers here. The ones that were on here, which are these here, and the one I do have installed, and that's why we're here, to show you how I did it. Now, it's weird because Harley had these blinkers, and I don't know where they got them, but there is quite a difference in an angle on that pitch right there, on that flat, I'm going to call it a bell. But anyway, if I go and mount them just straight upon this thing, they've got a hell of a sideways lean, a good canter to them. So I don't like it, and I want to make it work right. So what I did was I got a piece of stainless, put it on my whip mill, 1/4 inch, 5/16 hole through it. Then I take it to my hand grinder and I bevel it. Put a little bevel on a cup. I'm going to call it a cup similar to that so it stays straight, as you can see right here. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do, and then if I get a chance, it's starting to get late, I'm going to get to the front blinker here. So anyway, let's tackle this one, then I'll get to the front. So stick around. Thanks. All right, so get over here. I'm going to cut my bushing off here. First thing I'm going to do is bring my drill in here and finish a hole. Put a hole in the end here. I've got it marked off and I've already got it centered and started. So I'm going to bring in my tailstock here, put a hole in my bushing. Lock this down so it don't move back. Alright. Start the lathe. Get a little noisy here, but ain't too bad. The oil on there. I want to go in about a 1/4 inch. That's all I want. It's just drilling a hole in a rod end, pretty much. Oh, she was spinning. Looks like she came out of there. Alright, back in there. There we go. Oh, she's cutting. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite tools. This thing is cat's ass. I picked it up quite a few years back. Not quite a few years back. I'm going to say 7, 8 years back. I paid $300 off of Craigslist and paid for itself over and over again. I've done some upgrades, added some stuff to it, make it better and more consistent, and it's working good. I ain't complaining. Yep. Alright, I'm in there. Blow that part down. Right, put that back out of the way. I'm going to move this out of the way here. Tailstock back. Tighten her down. Alright, now gotta part this. Alright, so what I'm doing there is I took my cutting blade, which is 95 thousandths of an inch, and I brought it in just till it touched flush on my workpiece right there. Then I back it back out, and I'm going to move my bed that difference of that blade. So what I'm doing here is I am taking my dowel caliper, checking to make sure it works. I'm bringing it against my bed just till it touches right on that little corner there. Okay? And then what I'll do is I will take and set my gauge right there to 0. All right, so now it's on 0. Now I will take my bed, I will grab the handle there, and I'm going to move that back that 95 thousandths of an inch. As soon as I get to it here I go. I will move that back 95 thousandths of an inch to make up the difference for that parting tool. So now the right hand side of that parting tool is flush with that. Now I zeroed my gauge again, and right now I'm going to move that back 0.10, 0.20, and then another 0.5 right here. So I moved it back 250 thousandths of an inch, which is my 1/4 inch cut. I'm gonna lock this down so it don't go nowhere on me. My bed, lock her down, and I am gonna turn it on, bring this in, start my cut. Oil is my friend in this one. If I don't oil this, that blade will just go. Otherwise, this will get dull and I got to sharpen it again, and I'm not that good at sharpening them, but I'm getting better. Alright, so I'll just keep oiling, bring that in there, it'll be a second. The oil, I can give her good little cuts, consistent cuts too. They're going to fall off here in a second. Again, I don't know if I said, but this is 304 stainless, so I like to do everything in stainless on these bikes. Because they chrome stuff, and I don't have a chromer, and I don't chrome. So, stainless don't rust, 304. Well, it's a little harder to cut and thread sometimes, but alright, she's going to fall off here just a second. There, she goes. She's off. Now, I got to unlock my bed. Get this out of the way. Move them all. Get my pliers. Find my part. Oh. There it is. Okay. Get me some WD-40. Cool it down a little bit. And get that oil off there. And I'll blow her down. There, she cool. That's my bushing, 5/16 hole. Okay, so now I'm gonna clean this up more, get me a couple black marks on it, and start my groove on my grinder. So, all right, stick around. All right, so got my part right there. And what I gotta do, find my black marker. Ta-da! Had it in my pocket. So I took this little bell. I took this bell off here. I call it a bell. I'm thinking of a bell and plumbing that holds plumbing on the wall. I took it off, unsnapped it. Get rid of that thing. Keep it, but get rid of it. So now I've got my bushing right here that I've got on here. Now I've got to make this thing at a bevel like this so it's flat. What I'm going to do is I'm pretty much going to make a wedge right here, but I'm also going to bevel the inside because this has got some roundness to it. I want it to sit straight because if you can see that, it's not flat. So that's what I got to do. So what I'm going to do here, I am going to mark me a straight line right there. Come across here. There's a tip. I ain't gonna worry about that mark now. There, I pretty much want them not quite. I want them straight across. Best I can. It can be perfect. Had a mill, could probably make it perfect. Okay, so that's my leading edge right there. And that's where I want to concentrate. That's going to be my lowest spot. So, get my earplugs in. Take my hat off. Put my shield up. And start. I got me a little cup of water here. Probably going to vibrate. Alright, so start my grinding right there. A low. You know, I got my hands on it. I'll keep going. This will take me some time, but I'll get it. I'm going to make a dent right now. So I'm going to work at this and then you don't need to watch me on this boring part. Come back later. Alright. Alright, so I'm back in the container. I got my piece I finished on the grinder. That's the one I came up with right there. I didn't want to show you the grinding because it's serious business. I just got to be careful and take my time. I don't like wearing gloves on that because I can't grab it. If I have gloves on, it's going to fall out of my hands more times than in my fingers. You got to be careful when I do it. I ain't saying do it because don't do it, but I did it. So anyway, I just get it on there and I got it lightly in my hand. So if it grabs, it's going to throw it out first and I'll pull my fingers back. So I've done it a long time with that. So I think yeah, there's no wood in here to knock on. But anyway, I'm going to put this thing together here. Had to take a carriage bolt, cut it, drill my hole all the way through it again. I did that on my lathe, which it's nice again to have a lathe because you can do a lot of shit with a lathe. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to put my bushing on there the right way. I had a hole drilled in here, so I'm good to go with that. Get that in there, get my lock washer on there, get her turned the way I want it. I gotta look at this here. I gotta line, well, it will line itself up as soon as it gets on the round. Yeah, right there, okay. And voila. Yeah, all right. Give her a good wrench. Ooh. And good to go. Get my bulb in there. I gotta do the wiring on this yet, but it'll come. Anyway, the carriage bolt, the wire will go through there. The hole in it. It's a way lot better look than the other way. Being crooked, I couldn't stomach that. No way. So it's on there. That's pretty parallel with this right here. So it looks good to me. Actually, I think it looks great. So a little bit of adjustment here, but yeah, and then I'll get on the wire. Get the wire ran through. I'll probably trim these off a little bit right there, make them more flush. So if I'm reaching back there, I ain't cutting my hand. But anyway, that's got them on. I was wondering what I was going to do. I really want to screw through here, but I think that's the best look for it, is what I have there. Yeah, so anyway, blinkers are on. I'll get to the front. All right, well, I'm back. It's about 4 days later. I'm going to tackle these front blinkers right here. I got to take this one apart, and what I did over here was I made out of 304 stainless rod end, I made a, what you want to call it, extension from this bracket right here down, and I hung the blinker here. Before they were mounted on the handlebars, and I just don't like that look on these bikes. So I moved this one down, and then I'm going to move this one down and put the blinker, the left blinker here. Now what I did was I have through here, I've got a hole bored all the way through here, and up on top here, this is a 3/8 thread halfway through, 3/8/16 thread, and then down here is a 5/16 24 halfway through. And then what I did was I drilled a hole through the side of this to run my wire up so I could tighten down on top, and I don't got wire going in the back of my light here. It's just how they came. These, they require you going through a bolt with a hole in it to go up in here, so there's nothing going through the back. Just how they are, but that's okay. I put a little hole at an angle going up through this center bore and extended the wiring up into here. So, but anyway, that's what I got, and I'll show you how I did it on my lathe. I turned this part, and we'll go over to the lathe and get her turning. All right, so I got my piece of stainless in here. There we go. I'll take that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in my bit right here, and I'm going to touch it against there. Touch it there. I'm just going to face this thing off, which is pretty much just flattening this surface right here. Bring it back up, go in just a little bit. Peel that off so I know I got a nice flat surface right there. All right, get that out of the way. Now I'm going to bring my tail piece forward. I'm going to start me a pilot hole right there, so I can run my drill through there. All right. Pilot hole through. Get a little more in there. Okay. Turn her off. Back her up. Get my small bit to go in there. Get me started in there. So I don't always do a pilot bit, but I think in this case I'm gonna. Make it easier doing my other hole. I'm just gonna take this all the way in. Now I want 2 inches. I ain't gonna get that through there with that, but I'll flip it when I get on the other side and do it. I'm gonna get that out of the way. Clean off my wrench. Dipped her in my oil. Get this one out of there. Now, this end right here, I am gonna make the 3/8. So I'm gonna go in there. I wanna go in there I'm going to take that in 1 inch. Okay, so right there I start. Pull my pin. Put my back gears on. Yeah, they're a little slower here and a little tougher. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here an inch. I got a little gauge right up here. Where I started was right about 1/8 of an inch already in. Okay, I'm in there an inch. Whole good inch. So now what I have to do here is I have to take and bore this in, or I have to clean this, shave this down right here to here, 150 thousandths of an inch, because this is going to be recessed in that bracket on the motorcycle. So what I'm going to do is take this in until I touch this right here. That'll give me my spot where I know I'm at. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to turn this down to 550 thousandths of an inch. Okay, that will be the diameter of the hole that I have on my bracket over there. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's get busy. Now I'm going to go in. I know I am right on the edge right there. So now I'm going to use, I'm going to zero my dial caliper right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch this. I'm going to touch the part. And then this right here, I'm going to go one rotation and then a half a rotation after I touch my part. Oh, I can unlock my bed. Okay, there I am. Okay, so I'm touching it already. So right there. So we're going to go in one turn and a half a turn. Right there. I'll go back. I'm going again. Do the same thing till I get it down to 550 thousandths of an inch round. That's one. There's my half right there. Back out. Do it again. Okay. I'm gonna hog a little more here because I know I got a little ways to go. And now, see where we're at here. That's what I want right there. Right there. And I don't think we're there. Nope, I got about 50 thousandths more of an inch. I'm trying to, between this and this, they read different. This thing reads in thousandths. This thing, yeah, each rotation of this right here is one of those right there. So I have to accommodate for that and keep my head on straight. All right, so we got to go a little more here. Go back to my zero. That means I'm flush with my piece. And cut. Gee, boy, I hope I didn't take too much there. Alright, see where I'm at. Gosh, I think I screwed this piece up. Oh, no, no, no. Look at. That's right where I want it. I'm gonna go just a little more. Just a touch more. Come on my piece, back it out. That right there will probably be enough. Come out, clean it. See where I'm at. I think I'm right on right there. Okay, now I'll clean my ends up. Alright, so got my tap ready. I'm going to clean this hole out a little bit. I think before I tap it, I'm going to part this off, cut it at 2 inches. That's what it has to be at from this edge to here, 2 inches. I'm going to part that off, and then I'm going to flip it and bore my other hole first. That way I'm not screwing anything up. Clean these up though, right here. Alright. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a little scribe on there. I'm going to roll this back to 1 inch, 2 inch, lock this down, get my marker. Make a little scribe in this. Do this, put a little bit of black marker on there. Okay, now I'll do that again. Alright, I can see it. Now, get my parting tool in here. Get my gauge out of there. Alright. Start my cut. Get my oil. Oh, I don't want her to go that fast either. I gotta slow her down. Pull my pin again. Be pretty close. Homemade pin. There's normally a pin in there with a spring, but it was missing when I bought this lathe. So my back gear's in, so I go a little slower, and now I will part this. Oil is what I want. When I get to the end, I'll probably have to cut it. I had to resharpen this parting tool from when I did the rear light, because I had to part something else in it. Jump. When this sucker quits cutting, when I quit losing chip here, that's when I'm going to cut it with my bandsaw, because I don't want to run over top or underneath. It'll quit in a bit here. He's still cutting. Right there it stopped. Yep, okay. Right there it stopped. What I'll do is pull this away. I'll get my bandsaw in here and finish that, and then face it. hot piece of steel. Ain't too bad. All right, now get this mug out of here. This back in. All right, what the hell did I do with that? It's in there. Huh? I'll put it back where it goes. I won't have that problem. Now I'm gonna get my other bit back in here. Face this off. It's pretty close, but yeah, I'll leave her low speed. I'm gonna get that right there. All right, pull that piece out of there and measure it. Okay, I gotta take off 10, 20, about 35 thousandths off of that. About 35 thousandths I gotta get off. I want to be right on that zero. Okay, what I'm gonna do is put my tool in. I'll put my part in. All right, put my pin back in. My marks. Okay, pins and back gears off. I'm gonna come forward, touch this. Okay, I'm gonna bring my gauge back up. So I get a little spring on that, lock it down. I'm gonna set that to 0. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna part that 35 thousandths off. So I'm gonna go right to that point right here. Right there. That's where I'm going, okay? And that will be exactly my 2 inches. We'll go a little at a time here. Okay, I'm gonna go 5. Take her in. All right, do 2 inches. We'll check that later, but yeah, let's check it now. I'm a 0. Right there. So that's how I do it with this tool right here. Get my exact measurements and just take off whatever thousandths I need on here. Makes it pretty easy. And now what I want to do, this is going to be my 3/8 hole right here. This here is going to be my 5/16 24 thread. So I'm going to put this part back in there, tighten it down, get this up out of my way, come back forward with my tailstock. Oh, I want that out. Now I got to get my centering bit in here again. Bring this back forward. And I'm going to come forward more. I'm going to bring that right up close to that. Alright, now I'm going to make a center mark. Alright, center mark. Get this back out of my way. Put my other bit in there. I'm going to go back with the long one here. come up. I'm going to run that all the way through there till it meets that other hole. Flash. There we go. Okay, cement the other hole. Now, set her off, pull it back out, and put my bit in for my 5/16 24 hole, which is 26,000, a little over 26,000. I'm gonna say, yeah, 26 thousandths. 226,000. All right, now get a little oil on this one and finish this hole. All right, I'm all the way through there. Now I'm gonna get this out of the way again, and I'm gonna tap me a hole. First things first. Clean this up. Okay, now to tap my hole, get my bit. Clean that off. Get some oil here. And back gears in, that'll hold it steady. And get that started as straight as possible. Okay, and I know I got her started straight. I'll put my back gears back in and do my cut. Alright, I'm going to go all the way to that berries. Alright. There. If you thought that was in fast forward, no it really wasn't. I'm that fast. Haha. Alright, let's flip it around and tap our 3/8 side. Ooh. Good catch. That lock down in. Blow my hole. Get my 3/8 one in here. Tighten her down. Get me a little oil. Okay. Back gear off. Get that straight and start it. All right. Back gears on. Ooh. Show center. There. All right, let's roll this one in. Okay, I'm gonna pull that back out, and I'm gonna run my flush tap in there, which is not pointed. This is a starter tap. Start your holes. This is a tap so I can get a flush hole, because I have a smaller hole in here. I want this to seat right against that hole that's in there, so I can get all the depth I can out of here if I ever got to add a longer screw. I'm not doing real deep screws, but blow it. Get it rolling. Take that in right to there. Yeah. Oh, we got a good solid 1-inch hole there anyway. Yeah, we got a good 1-inch thread, so be good. All right, so that's how I make that part. Pull her out. And we'll get back over to the bike. All right, so let's put this. I did a little bit to this. I put the hole in here. It's kind of a little time consuming to do all that, but what I did is this is my part and that's my hole. Now that hole goes up inside there. You could probably see the light through there, and it goes at an angle. It goes like this down this way so that a wire can go through there. So that's what I got. So that's the part we just turned. I got me some number 16 wire, and what I did was I took it and I put some heat shrink tube on there, because what it's going to do, it's going to go through here, get her to move in there, go right through there, and I put shrink tube on there to protect it while it's in those threads. Yeah, so I put that in there so it will protect it in them threads when it goes through there. I did like an overlap of 1, 2, so it's like right there where it's going in that 90, right there. There's 2 pieces of shrink wrap, so it will help it out. Now, the other thing I did, I had some of these 3/8 bolts right here, and they have hole through, all the way through them. So that's what the wire's going to go through also. So here's how she'll go together. Put my bolt, my washer inside, and then my fittings to tip the light. Right up there. My bolt, my washer. You can see that. Go over here. I'll get my wire started in there. Go through there, up into there. And I can start my bolt. Yeah, I'll get it started up in here first. And then I'll get everything straightened out here. Alright, so this got a little canter tip on it right there. You gotta get it just right. Alright. Tighten her up. I want this back, I want my wire back here. Right in there. I have to get a little pair of channel locks to hold on to that a little bit. And a little towel in there. So we don't tear that all to hell. It's a little different than Harley does it, but sometimes I just make this stuff work. I think that looks kind of, it's in the ballpark right there. I'm going to get that even tighter yet. Tighter yet. All right. Now, right that sucker. It's pretty good. All right, so well, it's on. I got my wire through there. Move it in there. I know it moves. I got heat shrink sticking out through here, so I'm protected anywhere in there, and heat shrink rack back here. I will put a couple connectors right here, back here. I'm gonna redo this back here so it looks good and that, but wiring I'll do later. All right, what I got here is the light that I took off here, got a mount here. Now it was bolted on with a 5/16 by 24 bolt, and what I did was I used this and I reamed the hole here because this used to thread into there and it wouldn't work. Okay, so now I put my bolt in there, so now I'm set to go here. Now I just get her up in here. This has its external wiring, does not have to go in here. Doesn't have to go up into here, so. All right, let me get my little Allen wrench. Get that rolling in there. Okay, so a couple things I want to do here. I want a Loctite on this one here. I might end up having to put some up there, I'm not sure, but right here I definitely want it on here. So she locks her down. Because I don't want these at least falling off. Might get in the way. Come on, rascal. All right, there we go. Thread this in. Get that close. All right, now kind of get it the way that one is, and I tighten it down. I do have a lock washer on both these two, by the way. Them to look right. I think that should work. Right. Ooh, all right, that ain't going nowhere. All right, let's get the bulb in there and our lens back on. That is not a good bulb. I don't like that. All right, I'm gonna go get me another 1157. All right, that bulb had a bunch of shit on the end of it. And I didn't like it. All right. Oh, get in there. All right. All right. I'm gonna get me a crimp on there. spade connector. That's what connects to the bulb. I got that right here. Crimp her down. Get my bob and my bezel, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Bezel. Got my bezel. All right. See, now that one I want in that way, so I'm going to run that one right there. And get my ground on. All right. Get that laid in there, right? Oh yeah, that'll work. All right. All right. That's the look I want. Pretty darn good. Yeah. Now, aim them when I get out on the road. Take some time, but that's what we got there. So I'm gonna wire these puppies. All right, well, I got her all wired up. Got my connectors on and I got it tucked back in here. I got to button up the top of this yet. I'll do that another day. But otherwise, yeah, that's done. That project's done. I'm gonna check and make sure they work here. Should go on right away. Yep. And that's what happens there when you put your brights on. Turn that back on. Now let's check blinkerage. Left. She's a blinking. Try that side over here. Yeah, that's cool. So I like these blinkers, really. I like the old school style where you push on them, and when you're done with the turn, you shut them back off. A lot of the newer Harleys, at least my Road King, I don't care so much for the way them blinkers. They shut off by speed. When you turn them on, they sense RPM somehow. And as you slow down, they time out. A lot of times before you even hit the corner, especially if you put your blinker on a long time ago, you're on like a big highway, and you turn your blinker on and you start slowing down. They'll shut off halfway in between. I don't like that because I got to keep turning them back on, turn them back on, turn them back on, and I don't care for that. These are way better. I like the old school. I wish they'd stay with it as far as for me. I like them because they'll stay on till you shut them off. Maybe that could be dangerous at times, but I don't know. I'd rather have them this way. I think they're safer. But all right, now I'll also show you what the back looks like with the lights and the blinkers going. Look at that. She's snazzy. Now, there's blinker. That one worked. Look at her. She blinker. We'll do the other side. Yeah, looks cool. Good. I'm happy with that. Hell yeah. All right. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Hey, if you would, please hit that subscribe button and give it a thumbs up if you like this video. And for you that have subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I watch all you and I try to comment, and throw me a comment if you see something. Give me a tip. I love it. So, but anyway, hey, again, thanks for watching, and we'll check you on the next one. Peace.